How's it going, everyone? I'm Adam Molina. We've checked out all of ADV.Sound's products thus far, and we've always come away pretty impressed. Now they're back with their newest pair of in-ears dubbed the Model 3s. These are clearly intended for anyone looking for higher sound quality, considering that they have the high-res stamp of approval all over their website. But they are Bluetooth, and they are less than $100. Is that even possible? Let's find out. In the box, you'll get the headphones, a micro USB charging cable, MCMX to 3.5mm straight cable, 2 extra pairs of memory foam tips and 3 silicone tips, an instruction booklet, and a really handy hardshell carrying case. The Model 3 headphones aren't your average Bluetooth pair of in-ears. ADV.Sound designed these with MCMX connections so you can easily swap between cables. Alone, this isn't anything new. Higher-end IEMs have been doing this for years, but the Model 3 set themselves apart by coming with a standard wired cable as well as a Bluetooth one, letting you switch between them whenever you want. The two buds can be easily popped on and off the cables thanks to the connectors. The Bluetooth cable needs to be worn over the ear and is easily moldable for max comfort. Those two cables are then attached to another string that needs to be worn like a kind of necklace. On there is the small Bluetooth receiver with the playback controls and a magnetic clasp on the back so you can put it on or take it off. In that clasp is also the micro USB input for charging, which was an interesting design choice and I think it works very well. So the fit of the in-ears themselves are really comfortable, and I found that they stayed in my ears even with movement. But it was the necklace-like cable that I had issues with. The magnets that clasp together on the back just aren't strong enough. The standard wired cable didn't have this issue obviously, but I didn't use it much because I wanted to test out the Bluetooth capabilities. Switching between cables is definitely a plus in my book. I haven't yet tested a pair of in-ears that conveniently allowed me to do that in a way that so many larger over-ears do. I just wish that the Bluetooth connection was a little bit stronger. I have this weird issue where when I initially pair it with my device, music playback skips every second or two for about 15 seconds like a bad phone call until it decides to click and stay strong. After that initial problem, playback is fine with minimal skipping, but it's always a little annoying to miss those first couple seconds of a song. As far as playback controls go, the Bluetooth cable will do everything you need them to. With a series of taps, double clicks, and long presses, you can skip between tracks, play or pause music, activate Siri or Google Now, and answer and phone calls. When you switch to the wired cable, you'll have the typical issues with controls that depend on the device you're using. Android devices won't be able to return to previous tracks while iOS devices can, and there's no option for volume control here. ADV.Sound claims a battery life of 5 hours with the Model 3, which was pretty spot on. We got about 4.5 hours on the first run and 5 on the second. It isn't the best battery life, but it's definitely competitive, especially considering how small the battery has to be to fit into these. ADV.Sound does claim that these are high-res certified, able to stream up to 24 bits at frequencies as high as 40 kHz. And though I don't pretend to be able to hear anything that goes on up there, I can say that these do sound really good. The lows in the Model 3s are fairly strong, but not too overpowering. There are some instances where it rises slightly out of its intended range, and it makes the lower mids a little muddy, but those instances are few and far between. For the most part, bass guitars and kicks stay perfectly in their zones, like in the song So Many Details by Tori Moi. The rumble of the bass guitar maintains all of its grittiness and nicely weaves a dark undertone throughout the song. Vocals are given a bit of a push at around 5 kHz just to make them a little more present, but it's not really a bad thing. Instruments that lie in the mid-range share the stage with the vocals but don't overtake them. A good example of this is in the song Beginners by Slow Club, where you really get that live band feel. The guitar and synths are clearly audible over the rolling drums, but vocals are always presented front and center. The highs are also nicely done for the most part. Cymbals and hi-hats maintain all of their airiness without ever becoming painful. They are pulled back a bit, which is good considering that IEMs are pumping sound directly into your ears, but altogether you'll get a really nice sound out of your music. ADV.Sound continues to impress with the Model 3s. Though there is an issue with the Bluetooth cable actually staying on, the sound quality more than makes up for it. Battery life is also really average compared to other Bluetooth in-ears, but being able to swap it out for a wired cable when the battery does die is definitely a handy feature. At less than $100, I have no problem recommending these for casual music listening. We're giving the ADV.Sound Model 3 in-ears an 8.2 out of 10. And that does it for our review of the ADV.Sound Model 3 in-ears. Thanks for watching. If you want to know more about these headphones or any of the other products we review, make sure to check out SoundGuys.com. While you're here, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already, and sign up to our monthly newsletter so you can stay up to date with all the newest reviews and audio news here at SoundGuys. That's also where we do our monthly giveaways, so it's probably a good idea to go sign up. Links to all of that down there in the description. I'm Adam Molina. I'll see you later.